YouTube and Snapchat and fuckers. Shake your tits and swing your dicks. It's February 3rd. It's Friday. And you've earned yourselves another Tickle Your Naughty Bits episode of your favorite internet sensation with libation. That's right. It's Friday again. That means the Friday wrap-up is here. And before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. Since it's like the fucking ice planet of Hoth outside, holy fucking shit. It's like Siberia outside. Seriously, it's supposed to be minus 3 degrees tonight. I decided to have a little Memphis toddy, and what I did was I warmed it up instead of putting it on the rocks. Now, I've showed you this on the show before. I got this from a friend of mine went to Mississippi and picked this up. It's basically an urban-fused bourbon cocktail in a glass and a bottle. It's very nice, very pleasant, very herbaceous. So I just put it in the microwave for about a minute just to warm it up and just. Yeah, you get that little winter chill out of you. So azalu to drink up and be somebody. Ooh, well, that'll open up your sinuses. Wow, okay. All right, what a special week it's been. Black History Month started on Wednesday. Yesterday was Groundhog's Day. And Cindy Williams died. So, there's that. Cindy Williams was, for those of you who don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, the other half of Laverne and Shirley. She played Shirley Feeney, one of my favorite TV shows. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was 75 years old. And like I said, yesterday was Groundhog's Day. And unfortunately, that little fucker, Punxsutawney Phil, that's the only official groundhog, by the way. Okay, everybody has a groundhog now. Okay, like the groundhogs in fucking Long Island were all confused. The one in Suffolk County, he saw a shadow. The one in Nassau County, he didn't see a shadow. Matter of fact, the one in Canada is dead. They took it out and it was dead. So you didn't see shit. So they don't know what the fuck's going on in Canada. But I'm going to tell you right now, the official groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, saw his fucking shadow, which means 6 more motherfucking weeks in winter. So here we go. It's starting today, I think. So there you go. And of course, you got Black History Month. For those of you that don't know what it is, we celebrate it every February. What the fuck? Black History Month? I hated history. I used to flunk history. I flunked math. I flunked English. I flunked everything, motherfucker. But you know something? I get by on my looks. So yeah, a little shout out from Pops for Black History Month. Okay, I mentioned last week that TV show Gravesend. And like I said, I threw out a comment while I was talking about it that I had to figure out how to get on the show. And like I said, it was just a comment. It's just me. I just say things. And a friend of mine even asked me if I was trying to be an actor. Listen, I've already done that, actually. I've acted professionally before. Matter of fact, when I was a kid, I was one of the Jordache kids. I was in a series of Jordache commercials. And I was an extra in a movie called Married to It with Sybil Shepherd and Ron Leonard. But that fucking scene got cut. I had to walk past these assholes like about 800 fucking times on the South Street Seaport as they was sitting on a bench. And it was misting. It was fucking freezing cold that day. Okay? 100 fucking times at it because Sybil Shepherd kept fucking up. She didn't like the take, So I mean, not on. It was an entire fucking day. They paid me. I had a SAG card, no problem. But they cut the fucking scene. So I've done a few other things here and there. So it's not my first rodeo. But that's not why I said the show. I'm not looking to restart my career or anything like that. If I wanted to be an actor, believe me, that's what I would have done. I just, it was a goof. It was just something I did for fun. Well, anyway, as for me getting on the show, it turns out I know a guy who knows a guy. So, if there's a third season, who knows? I might just end up on it. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Also, this week, a 40-foot humpback whale washed up in fucking Lido Beach. I mean, and they're blaming the drilling that they're doing offshore in the Atlantic for these stupid fucking windmill projects for this phenomenon happening. Apparently, this is the 10th humpback whale that's washed up on the East Coast. 9 of them were in fucking Jersey. Matter of fact, one of them was in Atlantic City. This one just hit the island. And why aren't the feds and the environmentalists like losing their fucking minds over this? Seriously. First of all, I remember when I was a kid in the 80s, humpback whales were an endangered species. So, like, I mean, now they've been repopulated, I guess. They took them off the endangered list, but I mean, 10 of them in like a period of a month or so have washed up on shore on the East Coast, and nobody says anything. Now, my second question here is, how the fuck do you get rid of a 40-foot humpback whale? That's like a 747 on the fucking beach. Where do you go with this thing? Where, you drag it? With what? Okay? Do you cut it up and make fucking sushi out of it? I mean, me personally, I would push it back into the ocean, let the fucking sharks have it. I mean, I saw a clip of this thing laying on a fucking beach, and I couldn't help but think of that Seinfeld episode with George Costanza. Easy, big fella. Suddenly, I found myself on top of the great fish. Whale, whatever. I reached down into its blowhole, and I pulled out this. Was on the title list. Greatest show in the world. Anyway, kids, Migrants, Bananas, and Fat Kids. Yep, it's going to be one of those shows. Okay, on another Biden blunder. Well, the feds searched Biden's beach house. Of course, they searched it like 2 weeks after he had vacation there. And they said they didn't find any classified documents, but they did remove some materials. Could it be that while Biden was there a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he might have scrubbed it? I mean, they love to say he's cooperating. I mean, you can't say you're cooperating after you've been caught. That's like catching somebody halfway through a murder and going, "What are you doing?" And they go, "Killing someone." Well, at least he's cooperating. No, it doesn't fucking work like that. He's not cooperating. He's had shit since he was a senator, so he's been committing treason for years. Trump cooperated. Okay, Trump didn't have to cooperate because he was a fucking president. He could declassify shit. We seem to keep forgetting things. And apparently now they want to search Mike Pence's house, and he's getting a little shifty about it. So I don't know. Would it be fun if they locked these two up? That would be delightful. Okay, and also, the Chinese have decided to fly a fucking spy balloon over our country, and nobody seems to be concerned about this. Nobody's doing anything. First, the Chinese said, "Oh, no worry, it's a civilian balloon." My ass is a civilian balloon. The fucking thing was seen flying over a missile silo in fucking Montana. Why haven't we shot this fucking thing down? They say, well, if we shoot it down, it might cause damage to neighboring communities. Not if you shot it down in fucking Montana. First of all, this is a big fuck you to Biden, okay? Because you think the Chinese would have been ballsy enough to do this when fucking Trump was president? Because he would have emptied that missile silo in Montana into fucking China if they did. They have no respect for this man. They don't fear him. He's a fucking joke, and they're treating him as such. So, be nervous, kids. Be very fucking nervous, because I have a funny feeling World War III is just around the corner. Okay? All right, kids, on 52 farts. Let's let her rip right off the top of the deck. What do we got? Oh, a silent but deadly. Let me put my spectacles on to read the definition, in case you do not know what a silent but deadly is. Of or pertaining to an inaudible explosion of flatulence combined with the egregious odor. Okay? Basically, it's when you get crap dusted. Okay? Somebody walks past you, they let out a quiet one, they sneak one by you. I mean, come on. Girls love to do this shit. You're sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden and then it smells like fucking Staten Island in August. Okay? That's just silent but deadly. I mean, we've all crop dusted somebody. All right, kids. I love these fart cards. Okay, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express into mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, but woo-hoo! First stop, New York City. Migrants that won't leave the New York City hotels. So they put up a bunch of migrants in this hotel in Hell's Kitchen. Oh God, what the hell is the name of it? The Walton Hotel, something like that. A luxury hotel in Hell's Kitchen. So they put up a bunch of single male migrants escapees from another fucking country, and then they wanted to move them to that Brooklyn cruise terminal that I was telling you guys about last week. Well, these motherfuckers refused to go. Okay, first of all, they're complaining they don't like the food. They're getting free food. They're throwing it out. Mind you, listen. Now they don't want to leave the hotel for the fucking cruise terminal because they don't want to sleep on cots. Because they want the hotel for migrant families. It's not like they're not going to put fucking more migrants in there. So these men don't want to leave to make room for the migrant families. They don't want to go to the fucking Brooklyn cruise terminal because they don't want to sleep on cots. So they're protesting by not leaving their rooms or by protesting in front of the fucking hotel. And of course, they're being egged on by these fucking activist retards that should be shot in the face with a shotgun, okay? And the city's fucking negotiating with them. I mean, I've never seen anything so fucking ridiculous. Get this shit. They want permanent housing with free rent forever. Or they'd rather stay in tents on the street than go sleep in the cruise terminal because they don't want to sleep on cots. But does this make fucking sense to you? The fucking balls on these goddamn border jumpers. They're throwing out free food. They're making demands. 22 minutes ago, you were fucking jumping to Rio Grande. You're living in fucking... Go back to Mexico. I don't give a shit. The Brooklyn cruise terminal's the fucking Waldorf Astoria compared to the fucking mud hut you were living in fucking Mexico. Give me a fucking break with these fucking people. First of all, if it was me, I wouldn't negotiate. I'd shoot them all in the face with rubber bullets and tear gas, put them in a fucking truck, and then drive the truck into the fucking Hudson River and watch as the bubbles stop. Okay? That would be their fucking choice. Holy shit, why can't the cops just come in with the batons and crack their fucking heads open, send them back to the fucking dirty-ass country they came from? Imagine, the free rent forever. Oh, God almighty, the whole fucking... I told you this was going to happen. I told you. Now, once they get them into the cruise terminal, when that fucking place wants to open up and start doing cruises again, they won't fucking leave there either. I said this was going to happen last week. You see? Uncle Tommy's always right. Next stop, New Jersey. So follow up on a story that I did last week about the fucking 30-year-old Chinese broad that was pretending to be a high school student. So the plot thickens. So her name, Haizhong Shin. Here's a picture of her in case you're wondering what the fuck she looked like. Apparently, she graduated from Rutgers University in 2019. So she graduated from college and then pretended to be a high school. So would you want to do it again? I still don't understand. So she was a political science major with a minor in Chinese. So I got a theory here. I think she was probably a Chinese spy or working for the Chinese Communist Party to procure people for human trafficking. Perhaps Ethan, that kid Ethan Calderon that's very sensitive and terrified now to go to school, maybe Ethan was her target. I mean, I don't know. This chick looks a little retarded, don't you think? I mean, I don't know if it's the way her eyes slant or what, but she looks cross-eyed. Like, I would imagine that there's cross-eyed Chinese people. I can't see there's Chinese midgets. There's Chinese mongoloids. I can't understand why there wouldn't be Chinese cross-eyed, but like, doesn't she look? Again, I don't know if it's the way her eyes are pitched. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm saying she legitimately looks fucking cross-eyed. Okay, next stop. I don't know what state this story came from. I read it on the Post, and I had to include it. So it's an unknown stop, kids. So a guy goes into the ER complaining of lower abdominal pains, and they do like an x-ray and everything, and they found a condom-covered banana in his large intestine. Now, here's the part that's a little strange. He claims that he swallowed it in an uncontrollable, in a fit of hormonal rage. How the fuck? What the fuck kind of hormonal rage are you in? What the fuck are you practicing your gag reflex? He swallowed his sister's ass. This fucking guy shoved this banana up his ass and it got stuck. Okay? Don't give me this shit you swallowed. What the fuck kind of... Who has a fucking fit and decides to swallow it? What the fuck? out of here, you sick fuck. Oh, God, our democracy's in peril. This guaranteed, this guy's a registered voter who fucking voted wrong. I mean, he probably thinks Kamala Harris is the bee's knees. You know, listen, you LGBT people need to rein your members in, okay? They're all out here running around incorrect. You need to have a staff meeting or a tea party or whatever the fuck you people do and get these motherfuckers right. Can't be running around with the fucking banana. Look at this fucking thing. I mean, it's got shit all over it. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm telling you, your people are fucking out here losing their minds. You gotta straighten them out. Next stop, Massachusetts. So, Brenna Percy, a preschool teacher at Wolf Swamp School, was fired because for being an OnlyFans teacher. I mean, another one. We just had one like 2 weeks ago. So, what is it with these fucking broads? Okay, so her name was Harry Boo. That's Harry Boo. Yeah. Okay. And she was taking pictures in the fucking bathroom of the school during work hours. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Listen, you want to be an OnlyFans putana and make money on the site? Fine. Nobody, I'm not judging you. Do that shit at home. What the fuck? Stop taking dirty pictures in the school, for Christ's sake. You should be teaching when you're at school. These kids can barely fucking read and write. And you're in the John taking pictures of your fucking cooter? Come on. Do that shit at home. And shave your fucking pits, you slob. If I want to see a hairy broad, I'll watch the National Geographic. My God. Okay, next stop, Memphis. So, we've all heard about this Tyree Nichols thing, right? So, just to give you guys a synopsis, this black kid got stopped by, I think it was 4 cops, 5, whatever it was. And they proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of him. To the point where he died like a few days later. I mean, they beat the fuck out of this kid. Now, I've seen the body cam videos. They're out there. It's pretty graphic. But now, you would think this would start riots and burning, like the whole George Floyd fucking thing all over again. There was some protests, but they weren't, as severe as the George Floyd one, which begs the question, why? You first think, oh my God, it's probably a race thing. But no, it wasn't. Because all the cops that beat the shit out of this kid were all black. They were part of this elite unit in Memphis called the Scorpion Unit. I mean, if that doesn't fucking scream trouble, I don't know what does. Now, we saw the body cam footage of the kid getting the shit beat out of him. We saw some footage of, I think, the cops chasing him, or there's some pursuit. I haven't gotten a clear story as to what happened here. So we don't know why he was pulled over. We don't understand what facilitated the fucking beatdown. Now, I could speculate that maybe he had an open warrant, whatever. Kid tried to make a break for it. They told him stop, freeze. They ran him down. Again, does it require 5 cops, or 4 or 5 cops beating the shit out of you? No, that's a little excessive. Unless the kid got mouthy or stupid or egged them on. I don't know. Okay, so there's some more investigations that need to be unraveled here. So they're trying to say that these cops were subjected to racist training. They were trained to do this because, probably some white devil must have trained these motherfuckers to beat the shit out of this kid. I don't necessarily think that's correct because, first of all, the Memphis Police Department is predominantly black. The chief of police is black. I mean, yeah, I agree that these officers, they were rookies. I mean, they were not seasoned officers. There might be a little lack of training involved because they've relaxed their hiring standards. So, I mean, who the fuck knows who they're hiring? But there has to be a little bit more to this story. I can't just see 4 renegade cops all body cammed, knowing that they're body cam, knowing that every fucking thing that they do is on camera, just willfully and flagrantly just beating the shit out of this kid and killing him for no fucking reason. Okay? My point is, you get stopped by a cop just do what you're told. It's not fucking complicated. You don't have to think. They're going to tell you what to do. Just fucking do it. Don't be mouthy. Don't try to run. Just do what they say. Don't negotiate. And you probably won't get your fucking ass kicked. Pretty simple. Speaking of cops in Tennessee, let's stop over to Laverne, Tennessee. I wanted to talk about this last week, but I didn't want the show to be fucking 9 hours long. So in Laverne, Tennessee, which is a small little town in Tennessee, a female cop fucked the entire police department, got everybody fired. So here's Megan Hall. I mean, she apparently just went on a fucking wild bender through the whole department. Just fucked everybody. I mean, I don't see, this just lends. She said apparently she was married, and her husband, I don't think he was delivering the package. She said she was desperate and alone, and I guess that lends credence to the old saying that these fucking guys will stick their dick inside of pretty much just anything, because this broad was not attractive at all. Thankfully, I'm a little bit more pickier than that. She blew 2 of the cops while they were on duty. They were fucking everywhere. They were fucking in the squad cars, on the cars, on the job, off duty, hotels, parties. This ugly broad was out of control. She had threesomes with multiple cops, a cop and his wife. She was trying to wife swap. All over the place they were fucking. And a little park ranger husband and no clue. He must have a little dick, and I think he looks a little light in the fucking ranger shoes. And you know what? She was an equal opportunity fucker, because she did 3 and 3. She did like 2 black guys, 1 Puerto Rican, and 3 white guys. Those are all 6 cops that got fired. Now apparently somebody blew the whistle on this broad. I don't know who. Either it was one of the cops' wives, maybe the husband, or maybe some guy that felt slighted because she was too tired to fuck him, because the 6 cops already had run a train on her. This is what goes on. And apparently she has a lucrative career as a stripper, and maybe she's going to start an OnlyFans page too. Hey, what can I tell you? Azalud. Anyway, next up, England, across the pond. So, a woman in England named Holly Williams says this is what fascinated me. This is what grabbed me, because she said her 5-year-old is so fat that she has to lock her out of the kitchen. She weighs 98 pounds. So I was naturally curious, how does a 5-year-old get to fucking 98 pounds? Well, here's a picture of the kid. Not only is she fat, but she's fucking retarded. Okay? Now, and that's apparently why she's fat. Now, I know what you do. Oh my God, are you going to make fun of the fat, retarded kid? Absolutely not. Maybe a little. But I'm calling her mother out on this, because, hear me out. She has, apparently, part of her disability is she doesn't have that thing in her head that says, you're full, so stop eating. So, you know this. How do you let your kid balloon to fucking 98 pounds? Just don't fucking feed her that much, okay? Give her a plate to chew on. Now, here's Holly. Look at her, okay? She's young. She's pretty. She's a hot little thing. Now, fucking bitch is completely clueless. Now, either she did way too much partying and drugs when she was pregnant, or someone up there just doesn't like her, and her punishment for being a bad person is this fat little retarded kid. She's a pretty girl with a mutant. And she went on to say that they suspected something was wrong because she was floppy as a baby. Oh, she's a bit floppy, this one. Just look at her fucking face. That should have been the clue. Okay? So you have this fat little retarded kid, and you let her balloon to 98 pounds? How? She can't feed herself. Stop feeding her. Give her carrots to eat or something. She can't stop eating. What kind of mother is this? That's what I'm doing. I'm calling out her parenting. Now, forget dating, sweetheart. You might as well take a vodka and fried chicken as your new hobby. Because nobody's going to want to deal with this kind of shit. Okay? Maybe you guys could have a little contest to see which one of you will pop first. Listen, maybe TLC will give them a show. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, God, your sports update, kids. Okay, NFL. Those fucking conference championships, man. You know, I was a little on the fence about the Philadelphia-San Francisco game, and I might have been overzealous when I called San Francisco as the winner. I was really, because I hate the Eagles. I'm a Giants fan. I have to hate the Eagles. I respect them as a team, I do, but I fucking hate them. Okay. So yeah, once they once they kicked the shit out of Purdy, it was pretty much that's the game over. And he wasn't a great quarterback. I mean, he was good for a second stringer, but he was surrounded by good play callers. But Philadelphia has that fucking unstoppable running game, and it's making my fucking ass hurt. I mean, it really is. I mean, I had the second game right. You know, I called KC over Cincinnati. Matter of fact, while I was watching the game, I looked at the guy next to me, and I says, I'm going to bet you a side bet, $200. I said, this fucking thing ends in a field goal. He goes, get out of here, no way. Fuck, as soon as I said it, bam, field goal. He looked at me and goes, how the fuck did you know that? I still got my chops. So, fucking Eagles and Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are going to the fucking Super Bowl. I'm not talking to anybody in the state of Pennsylvania until next summer, okay? And what the fuck with the Empire State Building? Lighting up the fucking Empire State Building green and white and Eagles colors on Monday. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not know what city you are? We got 3 fucking New York teams. The Giants got their asses kicked every fucking time they played the Eagles, and you light the fucking Empire State Building up in Eagles colors? Have we lost our fucking minds? Holy shit. I hope the Empire State Building fucking falls down now. Actually, I don't really hope that. But whoever lit that up should be thrown off the fucking building, okay? Yeah, I take it back. Jesus fucking Christ. Can someone tell me what happened to Patrick Mahomes' voice? Did he?
It sounds like this. He's talking.
He sounds like he had a fucking throat kazoo. I don't remember if he always sounded like that, or if he got sacked one time too many and something happened. He's talking, and all I can picture is somebody with like one of those fucking like throat boxes.
He's like, yeah, we had a very tough game, and we won.
I'm like, never let this man speak. What happened? So, Super Bowl is Sunday the 12th. I haven't decided who my picks are. I haven't decided who's winning this. I want to say Kansas City. I want to say Kansas City runs away with this. It's going to be a tough game. Either way. It's not. I think it'll maybe come down to maybe. I'm going to say maybe 10 points. Maybe a 10-point game. You know, 7 at the least. But I'm not sure who I want to say is going to be the winner. I want to say KC. I do. I want them to win. I hope Mahomes seems to be pretty healthy. I want them to win. But my gut's telling me, I don't know if it's my gut telling me Philadelphia. And I don't want to say it because I hate them. But they got that crazy running game. It's like a brick wall. So I don't know yet. I'll have to let you know next week. And here's another surprise. Tom Brady retires again. Okay? That cocksucker cost me goat my ass. That cocksucker cost me $10,000, $10,000 during the goddamn wild card playoffs. Okay, goat my balls. I hope his dick falls off. I hope his dick falls off and he dies crying in a bathtub while looking at videos of Giselle getting a train run on her by the fucking offensive line and her giggling through the whole fucking thing. That's what I hope. Okay, NHL Rangers are off this weekend. They play the Flames on Monday. Islanders are off too. James, get this shit. James Dolan has threatened to stop selling booze at the Garden. Okay? Most likely beginning at the next fucking Ranger game, which would probably be Monday. Great. Can't wait to go to a fucking Ranger game. So here's why. Because he's using this facial recognition software to face capture attorneys that may or may not be suing the Garden. As a matter of fact, there's some attorneys that are involved in some litigation against Madison Square Garden. So they will go into, I think, a Knicks game or a Ranger game or something. And facial recognition picked them up, security threw them out, and banned them for life. State liquor authorities threatening James Dolan to remove this, because they're saying it's discriminatory, and they're threatening to pull his liquor license if he doesn't remove the software. Now, I hate James Dolan. That's no surprise. But I don't think he's wrong here. I don't think he's wrong. I'm gonna tell you why. He owns the Madison Square Garden, so you have you reserve the right to eject anybody for any reason. If attorneys are suing me, I certainly don't want them on my property. Okay, I think that would be considered a conflict of interest. As a matter of fact, I think it's irresponsible of the attorneys to go to a game there. Go watch it on television. You're involved in litigation. After you've settled the litigation, different story. But in the midst of a fucking ongoing lawsuit, no, you do not go there. That's a conflict of interest. Okay? If I'm a judge, I'm going to hold them in fucking contempt for that. Second, who the fuck is the state liquor authority to threaten somebody's livelihood by pulling their liquor license because a bunch of attorneys got their fucking feelings hurt? Seriously, what is this, the fucking mob now? So Dolan, a ballsy fucking move, and like I said, I don't like the guy, but I can't say I wouldn't have done it any different. He turns around and goes, I tell you what, you won't have to. I'll stop selling the fucking booze. I don't need the money. I make plenty of money on fucking tickets and merch. Imagine now, granted, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be fucking upset, and he is going to lose a lot of revenue, but are people going to stop going to hockey games and basketball games even though they can't drink at the game? I don't think so. The New York Knicks and the New York Rangers are a New York institution. Their fans are like, it's in the blood, okay? I mean, I'm not the biggest Knicks fan, but I do like the Knicks, and I do enjoy going to Knicks games. I could drink before the game. I could drink after the game. As a matter of fact, I don't even like to get sloshed at these games because you pay $19 for a fucking beer. So, I mean, I do enjoy a beer when I'm watching a hockey game, or two, or three, but he's right. So he says, yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll close the kiosks that serve booze, and I'm going to put the fucking, the number of the head of the state liquor authority, his personal email address on the sign. You can call him up and lodge your fucking complaint. And I can't say I disagree. I hate it. I can't say I disagree with him. So, James, this is the first time and probably the only time I'm doing this. Salute. Here's to you. Okay. NBA. Nets and Wizards Saturday at 6. Knicks play the Clippers Saturday at 7. And Bulls play the Trailblazers Saturday at 8. So, actually, there's no sports on at all tonight. Hockey's off for the fucking weekend. What the fuck is happening? Is it a holiday that I didn't know about? I don't know. Okay? All right, kids, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review. Yes, you know what? Because I didn't have a Pub and Grub Review for you guys in a couple of weeks, I got two of them for you. So first off is Franklin Social. It's a little like bar lounge restaurant, I guess you can call it, over here in Franklin Square on Dogwood Avenue. It opened last year. It used to be a Coke bar. It used to be called the Dogwood Inn. They closed it and they renovated it, new owners and everything, and they did a beautiful job. Place is nice. It's small. It's a tiny little place. They have a couple of tables along the back, and they got a pretty big bar, but they made it all nice and new and modern and pretty. It's got a loungy kind of vibe to it. I don't think they figured out their mojo yet. It's a nice place. The food is actually pretty good, but this place drives me fucking crazy because it's a little inconsistent. So on Fridays and Saturdays, apparently they have a DJ. I think one night there in a week, it's either Wednesday or Thursday night, to do a ladies' night where it's like half-price drinks and appetizers for the ladies. And these are all good things, but they don't advertise. Like they don't have like an events page on their website, and if they do, they don't update it. They don't have like social media updates constantly. They do it after the fact, which is kind of stupid. The DJs are not, you're not getting like, the top DJs in New York. They're borderline garage DJs. Apparently Friday night gets pretty jammed in there. I heard it's like Mill Central. I was there Saturday. I had to meet two of my guys, so I went there a little early and had dinner. Because I just finished doing some work at the house, got showered, dressed, and I went over there just, like I said, grab a bite to eat, have a drink or two. So, like I said, place is never really consistent with their theme or their message or what they want to do. Now they're open till 1 in the morning. They used to be open till 12. They had a DJ Saturday. It's supposed to start at 8. Guy got there an hour late, started at 9. You know, things like that. But here's what I do like. Their food is actually really good. And I like that they constantly change the menu according to season. Okay, which is a nice thing. So I ordered the, it was on their seasonal menu. It was a seasonal special. It was a French dip. And I love French dips. Okay. And so they served it on like this nice crusty garlic baguette. The roast beef, I will tell you, was fucking spot on. Nice, medium rare. Okay, it wasn't like they didn't heat it up to death, like where like they dry it out. So, you know, it wasn't like hot, but it was still juicy, nice, medium rare. Loved it. They melted some Swiss on top. When they served it to me, they forgot to give me the au jus. So, you know, it's like, I forgot you. And here's what drives me crazy about when you get a French dip. They give you the au jus in like this little like ramekin. The fucking sandwich doesn't fit in it. And then you gotta like do this. And by the time you eat one half of the sandwich, you run out of jus. Give me a fucking finger bowl with au jus that I can dunk my fucking sandwich in. So the bartender was very nice. She said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She ran and got it back. And then I ordered French fries, came with French fries. Now, you see the French fries in the picture. Now, here's the problem with these. I like my French fries crispy. And I will give these guys an A for effort because they hand cut their fries, but they don't know how to make hand cut French fries. These are guys that I'm sure just not used to opening a frozen bag of fries and dropping them in the fryer later. When you buy French fries frozen, they're par cooked. Now, when you're doing hand cut fries, you have to do them. There's one or two ways to do them. There's the American method, or the traditional method, where you cut them into fries, you soak them. Well, actually, you don't have to. Well, see, here's the thing. You cut them into fries, and then you basically blanch them in some boiling water for like a couple of minutes, just to cook them on the middle, and you know, it just cooks them just enough the way they got some bend to it, but they're not cooked all the way through. You take them out, shock them, and then you hold them for service. When the order comes in, you take them, you drop them in the fryer, and you fry them. That's how you make fresh cut French fries, the American style. Now, I prefer the Belgian method, which is the double fry method. And it's a little bit more labor intensive, but you get a better fry. What you do is same thing. You cut the French fries into whatever shape you want. Then you soak them in water until the water runs clear. You want to get all the starch out because the starch is what keeps it from crisping up. The American method, you could skip that because you're boiling the starch out. But the Belgian method, you have to soak them. Okay, once you soak them, you dry them off real good. You're going to do a 2-fry process. You're going to fry it once. It's called blanch frying in about 300-degree oil. Same thing. It puts a slight crisp on the outside, cooks the potato nice and pillowy in the middle. You take them out. You hold them for service. The order comes in, you take the French fries, and then you drop them in 360-degree oil, and you put the crisp on them, and that's how you make a Belgian-cut French fry. And they don't know how to do that. What these people are doing is just cutting the potatoes and then frying them until they look fried, which is why they come out black like that, and they're not crispy. They're soggy because they didn't drain the fucking starch. They didn't do the double fry method, and that's why their French fries look terrible. So, there you go. Now you got a lesson on how to make French fries. Hopefully they're watching, and now you know. And knowing is half the battle. The next stop on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review is Jay Fallon's Tap Room in Floral Park. Now, the other day, I was running around, getting a little hungry, wanted to have some lunch, and I'm rolling through Floral Park. This place is on Tulip Avenue. There's a bunch of like little Irish dive bars on Tulip Avenue, like little sports bars, Irish bars, and I happen to know somebody who works in Fallon's. I said, let me pop in, say hello, grab something to eat, and bounce. So I go in. You know, I had a pretty interesting menu. I figured, you know what, if I really want to test the place out, I use my standard cheeseburger. So I ordered a cheeseburger. Now, I'll say this, it wasn't a bad burger. Okay? It wasn't a bad burger. Not the best one I had. I'd probably give it like a 6.2. You know? My go-to spot for burgers it's not going to be this place, I can tell you right now. But the patty was good. It was a nice half-pound patty, you know, 80-20 sirloin. As you can see, the cheese was probably like, that processed American cheese, but the burger was cooked perfectly. They toasted the bun a little lightly, which was nice. It came with fries and rings, okay, which was a nice thing. I asked for onion and tomato. Tomato could have been a little fresher. They must have cut it and had it sitting in the fridge. They give you a ton of pickles when you ask for pickles, and the onions were sliced real nice and thin. And all in all, it was a good burger. Was it great? No. Was it my favorite? No. Would I order another one there? Probably. If I was drunk and I ate that burger, it would have probably been the best burger I ever had. But sober, like I said, is 6.2. Fries were, frozen French fries with like that crispy coating on the outside, which wasn't bad. The onion rings were batter dipped. I think those were probably, I don't think they're scratch making anything in this joint. Maybe a couple of items. They had some interesting looking things. They had like a corned beef quesadilla. It was a corned beef and Swiss. That looked interesting, but I wasn't in the mood for that. And I heard their wings are pretty good. But what bar can't make a decent wing, right? So these are your two Tommy's Public Grub reviews, Franklin Social and Jay Fallon's Tap Room. Go out there, check them out. Tell them Uncle Tommy sent you. Okay, on What the Fuck Is That? We're going to talk about Pink Pigeons. No, it's not a gay nightclub. Although, that would be a good name for one. If you're going to open up a gay club, you call it the Pink Pigeon. I think that's probably says it all right there. No, we're talking about a pink pigeon that was rescued from Madison Square Park in New York City. Apparently, he was dyed pink for a gender reveal party, because this is a thing now. People are dyeing these New York City shit machines pink or blue to, reveal what kind of kid they're. Whatever happened, it's just like, oh, we're having a boy, or we're having a girl, or we're having a non-pronoun themed child. Like, now we got to dye these fucking things pink, and then they release them. And the problem is, because the bird is pink, it gets depressed, because now it's like a target. They found this thing that was emaciated. There's advocacy groups losing their minds over this, but, humpbacks washing up on the shore dead, that's okay. All right, kids on Right or Racist. All right. So, the two states with the lowest high school graduation rates are both southern states, based on an American Community Survey. Well, that is racist. See, if you got this wrong, you're probably from California, because California was dead last. I mean, big fucking surprise. Fucking idiots. Okay, kids, your PSA. So last week, I'm sitting at the bar. I think it was Friday. Yeah. So I'm sitting at the bar. I'm having a drink. I just finished my dinner. Watching a Ranger game, And two broads come in. Now, neither one of them had to worry about winning a beauty contest, that's for sure. Now, I've said this before. I know I don't look fucking friendly, okay? And I'm really not. Unless I know you, don't fucking talk to me. Like, even people I see when I'm out, if I see people I know, I'll chit-chat for a little bit. But longer than that, I start to get fucking annoyed. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to sit there and eat my food, have my drink, watch the game. If I talk to anybody, it's the bartenders or the staff. And I have a couple of friends that, pop in and out and I'll bullshit with. But other than that, I don't like to make small talk. It's just not my thing. Okay? And I know him. I know I'm an unfriendly looking asshole. It's So I'm watching the game, and these two, and these, like I said, these two broads decide to sit down right next to me. And this one broad turns to me and out of the two of them, one of them was uglier than the other. So, of course, the ugliest one has to park herself next to me. And she looks at me and she says that she feels like a pale, bloated beluga whale. So I agreed. I went, yeah. It was pretty accurate, because I'm looking at this broad and I'm thinking to myself, but what does she remind me of? Actually, she looked like that fat, retarded English kid. So she says she looks like why would you look at me, of all people, go, I feel like a bloated beluga whale? I went, yeah, that sounds about right. And then she called me a fucking asshole because I agreed with her. Imagine. Listen, if you don't want the fucking truth, don't ask me. Okay? Like, listen, if you know you look like a fat bloated whale, don't look at a total stranger and go, I feel like a fat bloated whale, and then get upset when they fucking agree with you. Why should I make you feel bad by disagreeing with you? I can't, I'm not that good of a bullshitter where I could look at her and go, nah, sweetheart, you, don't worry, you're, I can't even say it to the camera. Yeah, you're pretty. I mean, like, because I know what would happen then. If I said that, then she'd be like, oh, he's nice, I'm going to talk to him. And then she wouldn't shut the fuck up, okay? And I don't need to deal with that shit, okay? Or she's going to keep coming back, like making fucking Google eyes at me, and I definitely don't want that. So I was just honest. Listen, if you know, we all know what we look like, okay? If I'm feeling a little long in the waistband, I don't look at somebody and go, do I look fat? Because I'm afraid they're going to go, yeah. I don't need you to tell me that, okay? Like, when you get these little tiny pretty girls, then I look fat, so I look fat. They just want attention. There's something wrong inside their fucking head. They go, do I look fat in this? No, you look fine. Shut the fuck up and let's go. Okay? That's not me being nice. I'm hungry. I want to eat. And you don't look fat if you're 92 fucking pounds. Okay? There's a lot of chicks that'll ask you that question. And if something, and I'm blunt. So I'm not the guy you want to ask if you're expecting a nice answer, because if you say, does this look good, and it doesn't, I'm going to say, no, take it off. You get offended, that's your problem. Don't ask me. Okay? If you look really bad, I may not wait for you to ask me. I might just tell you, fuck's the matter with you? Okay? Like, I notice things. Like, if somebody changes something on their face, I have no problem looking at them and going, fuck's the matter with your face? Like I said, I'm not nice. I know I'm not. I'm blunt. I'm straight up. I'm honest about it, but, it is what it is. Anyway, kids, stay COVID-less. No mask, don't ask. Haters can kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? It's been your Friday wrap-up. Stay warm out there. A salud.